What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about one of the characters in this picture, how to unlock him and how to prepare yourself to unlock him. This is going to be a process that will take several weeks, maybe even months, but it's going to be very important for you to unlock this character as fast as possible, because having this character on your roster is going to help you quite a lot dominating multiple game modes. This is going to be a character that will impact your arena, your raids, your alliance wars, your cosmic crucible. Is going to be definitely a game-changing character, as all the characters similar to this one in the past were as well. So this is going to be something very important, and we're going to take a look at a perspective of a free-to-play player and a light spender, and see what can you do right now in order to prepare for these upcoming characters. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so who's an absolute boss is Mephisto. Mephisto is going to be the Dark Dimension 7 character, and you can kind of see his face on the picture, right? We have the glowing eyes, we have the hair, and we have the collar from his cape, and you can see that from the size of this thing, it's his name as well. So pretty easy guess, Mephisto. Then we have Black Knight, and it seems like it's going to be one of the early versions, the classic Black Knight. And then we have Cosmic Ghost Rider. So these are the characters that are coming next patch. Now, just because Mephisto is coming to the game, that does not mean that Dark Dimension 7 is coming right away to the game. Usually Scopely likes to leave the character in the game for a while, so the whales get very thirsty, and then when Dark Dimension 7 opens, they go like crazy, spending money and getting the gear to get started on Dark Dimension 7 as fast as possible. This is something that if you want to complete it on the first day, it's gonna be over like $10,000 to $20,000. Depending on how lucky you are, depending what kind of mechanics Scopely is going to allow you to get more progress with. And this is not going to be an easy feat, at least not a cheap one for sure. But once again, we are going to take a look at this in a light spender free-to-play perspective and see what you can do in order for you to progress towards this very end game goal. This is usually a time where a lot of people can catch up, because not only you have the latest character, but also you get a bunch of gear from completing Dark Dimension 7. So let's take a look in game. So what is the most important thing when it comes to Dark Dimension 7? And this is coming from a position of experience. As you guys know, or maybe you are new to the channel, you don't know a lot about me, but I was one of the first people to complete Dark Dimension 6. You can see here on the leaderboards that I was the 300 and something player to finish it. I was actually top 50, but then the people just spent way too much money, I couldn't keep up. But still, top 300 is very respectable. So the most important thing that you need for Dark Dimension, of course, is going to be power cores. And the power cores are the most important thing, because this is what's going to allow you to obtain your gear. You'll have to refresh the gold store multiple times a day in order for you to obtain the gear that you need to gear up your characters. You are going to require the new Gear Tier 19 Centerpiece Uniques, and you are going to require the new Gear Tier 19 Mini Uniques, as they're going to be the most difficult gear to obtain to equip your characters in. Then we also have the Origin gear, which you are not going to require as much because it's usually not as rare. And you have to remember that you still need teal gear. In this transition phase on Dark Dimension 7, you need both teal gear, and you also need the Gear Tier 19, the red gear. So you are going to need both of them. So keep this in mind. Just because you need the Gear Tier 19, don't forget also about the Gear Tier 18, because it's going to be important as well. So power cores is going to be the main option, the most important option, the most important item, the most important currency that you can use in order to get all the gear that you need. The second one, the second most important thing is going to be, of course, gold. Gold is always a big bottleneck, sometimes, not always, but now we are getting a lot more gold, and people are complaining about training materials. So if you don't have enough training materials in order to level up your characters, well, first off, you are leveling up too many characters. And second, you should be spending your gold on obtaining the gear tier 19 rather than just leveling up characters that you probably don't even need. So parkour is first, gold is going to be the second. And if you do this throughout the weeks, if you refresh even just one time per day the gold store, this is going to give you a massive advantage against other people that or are not spending the gold buying the gear, or that are just not refreshing the store often enough in order for them to get the gear. Then we also have to remember that the different characters that you are going to take are going to require different centerpieces uniques, and also the mini uniques you have of different types. So you want to make sure that you have a wide variety of these in order for you to gear up your characters as fast as possible. The best thing about the Dark Dimension is that you have multiple options when it comes to characters. You can bring mutants, you can bring tech, you can bring skill, you can bring mystic, or you can bring bio. And the best option is going to bring one of each. Which one should you take? We're going to talk about this in the future, what's going to be the best characters for you to take to Dark Dimension 7. But if you want to complete Dark Dimension 7 as fast as possible, early on, the best characters are going to be the cheapest characters. Yes, the cheapest characters are going to be the best characters. So, but we have to remember that not all characters that are cheap are trash. So, for example, when we take a look at all characters we have available in game, this is always a character of reference is the Shield Trooper. So Shield Trooper, it does not require any mini uniques, but it still requires centerpiece uniques. So it's a little bit cheaper compared to other characters, but let's be honest, his usefulness is going to be none. So because of this, you want to balance the cheaper characters with also characters that provide you some value. So for example, Vulture is one of the cheapest characters that you can take to Dark Dimension, but he also provides a lot of value with crowd control effects, with his own survivability, with big damage, and also turning wine, which also counts as crowd control effect. And on top of that, you also want to make sure that you are going to take characters that already have a lot of investment in. So once again, Vulture, because he's powerful in Alliance Wars, because he's powerful in Cosmic Crucible, because he's powerful even in Blitz. You want to make sure that these characters that are cheap, but you already put some investment in because they are very good, are going to be the centerpiece characters that you want to bring. And that means that you want to also stack up as many buffs to these characters as possible. So for example, if you're gonna take Vulture, you want to make sure that you have your Vulture with not only gear tier 18 and 19, but also with ISO 8 to level 5 and also diamonds. This is true for most of the characters, not all, but for most of the characters. One example that is not true is going to be one of the cheapest bio characters, which is going to be Spider-Man 2099. So Spider-Man 2099 is bio, unlike the Vulture, which is tech. So we have a variety when it comes to gear, but when it comes in terms of usefulness, is not as good, right? It doesn't have as much survivability, it doesn't have as much crowd control, it doesn't have the individual value that other characters have. So yes, this character will be cheaper, but this is not a character that you want to apply diamonds to, or even ISO 8 blue level 5. So this is the type of things that you need to take into consideration, and the more characters you bring to the table with the maximum value, the best is going to be for you. So for example, some of the recommendations we could do is, for example, Vulture, Firestar, Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. Then you could take also the Lizard, and then you can also bring Craven. We are mentioning these characters of the city type because city is going to be the first section of Dark Dimension 7. So which characters you should get up for Dark Dimension 7? Usually you want to get up the characters that you are going to require for the first section. So the first section is city, then is global. So what you want to do is to get up at least 3 city characters and 1 global character and 1 cosmic character, or you can get up 4 city characters and 1 global character. So when you are in the transition of the free-for-all nodes to the city nodes, you have most of the investment done. And then you have from city to global, you also have part of the investment done. So you don't have to wait so much in between phases. Once again, we have characters like Lady Deathstrike. She's cheap, she's part of the meta when it comes to Alliance Wars, and now Alliance Wars is going to be more important than ever. So this type of characters, the characters that bring you value in multiple game modes, the characters that have mechanics that increase their survivability, with evades, with death proofs, with deflects, with the dodges. These are characters that are going to be very powerful. Characters with turning wind, characters with stun, characters with decoys. You want to make sure that you start making a list of the characters that you want to bring, and at the same time that they don't have multiple characters with the same centerpiece uniques, so you can start buying the gear for them without having to wait very long time in between, so you can once again progress faster for Dark Dimension 7 and to unlock Mephisto. This is going to be a journey. It's usually a marathon, not a sprint, but there are better ways to do a marathon. There are definitely ways. There are shortcuts that you can do in order for you to prepare, and if you follow these advices that we talked about in this video, for sure you're going to be able to complete it much earlier than other people, and on top of that also without spending so many resources or money if you decide to do that. So yeah guys, that's going to be the video. We'll be talking about Dark Dimension 7 again, which are going to be the cheapest but also the best characters for you to bring to Dark Dimension. And once again, this is going to allow you to unlock Mephisto, the third character on this picture, the third of the hidden ones. And I expect this character to be extremely powerful and definitely changing the meta once again the same way that the Super Scroll did. At least that's what I hope. But you guys let me know in the comments below how excited you guys are for Dark Dimension 7. Are you guys going to start preparing yourselves as well, like myself? Or are you just gonna let it go and see what happens eventually, right? But anyways, that's going to be the video guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.